Welcome to another episode of Horror Never Dies, Season 3, Episode 2. We're going to be talking about some Blumhouse horror. But before I get into all that, I got to get my co-host up in here. Rashad, what's up, bro?
What's good, fam?
How you
Chilling.
doing, man?
Hey, can't call
Perfect
it, man.
timing, bro.
What's that?
I said perfect timing.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Happy to be here. Talk some horror. Let's go.
Word. Yeah, I just got out of seeing Jaws. Well, not just got out, but earlier, just a couple hours ago, I just got done seeing Jaws on the big screen. That was dope. You
In
know,
IMAX.
I didn't want to drive that way. I didn't feel like, you know what I'm saying, I would have, you know what I'm saying. I definitely wanted to see it in IMAX. I was like, I'm just lazy today. I'll just go see it in Prime. It was just as good, so.
Yeah, you know what? I wanted to see this weekend too, but it was a family reunion this weekend, so I was, at my family reunion. Plus, it was my birthday weekend, and
Oh yeah, happy birthday, happy belated.
thanks, man. Appreciate it. So my plan was to see it this weekend, but like I said, I got caught up. So I don't know. I might see it tomorrow or Monday on the holiday. So, but
Mhm.
I saw it on the big screen last year at another theater, but I never seen it in IMAX. So I definitely want to check it out in IMAX this time.
Yeah, this one was interesting because, like, I know they got the 4K like they restored it and stuff. It looks really clean, and I was like, yo, I didn't realize how like gory that shit
Yeah,
was at the
yeah.
time. Even and it's like I don't know what's rated now, like PG or PG-13 still or something like that. But um, yo, that one jump scare got the fuck out of me when old boy was searching the boat and shit. Like
Yeah, yeah. It
that
gets
shit still
everybody.
got me. That shit still
Mhm.
got me. I was like, holy fuck, they got me with that one. I was like,
I
yeah,
love
that's
yo,
crazy.
I love watching that with people for the first time because like that scene always gets the biggest scare out of
Mm,
everything and everything else in the movie. And I don't know if you know this, man, a little trivia, but Spielberg shot that at the last second because the first cut of the movie didn't have that scene, and it was his idea. He says, you know what, I want to give the audience one more good scare. Because at first it was the first shark reveal when he popped out, the
mm,
water. But then he was
yeah.
like, yeah, we need one more good scare, and he shot that last second.
That's crazy, yeah. And
Yeah.
it just goes to show you, like every time I watch them, like yo, those motherfuckers it was all like just so much greed. Like nobody really cared about people dying. It's like, yeah, we're gonna keep this beach open and shit. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. Mayor Vaughn was a douchebag, man. And he didn't learn his lesson because he was the same dickhead in the second movie.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's just crazy. Like 50 years, and now like they got Back to the Future. I'm gonna get my ticket for that. I'm just waiting for them to put that in IMAX. I'll definitely go check that out in IMAX. But it's
Hell
it's
yeah.
really dope to see these older movies and just seeing what they can do with them, like restoring them. Or I would
Mhm.
like to see them bring back a lot of the Hitchcock movies or something like that. Like
Like Psycho.
see Psycho, like Psycho on an IMAX screen or some shit like that. That'd be dope.
Right. Well, shit, with Halloween season coming up, man, see some of the old like Elm Street and Dolby. That'll be
Mhm.
good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bring back some like do a marathon of the Friday the 13th. They could do so much stuff. Like these movie theaters, like I think they're gonna get hip to that, and
Right.
especially with horror. I think might not see it like this year, but like I think maybe next year they could start, putting a lot of the older horror
Mhm.
movies up and stuff like that. And I think that would be really dope to do around just September and October,
Right.
alongside of the new releases and stuff. I think that would be really dope because now like AMC is definitely seeing that, especially with Jaws. Like there's a lot more people seeing this more than
Mhm.
any of the other newer releases other than like the Roses or just like uh
What's that one?
Caught
The
Stealing.
Austin Butler movie, yeah, Caught Stealing, yeah, which I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna check that out
That's a
too.
good one. That's a good one. Yeah.
That's what I heard. So,
What up, Tony?
would you agree that the ending of Jaws is probably top five greatest movie climaxes of all time? Brody blowing up
Um,
the shark, like you can't top that, bro.
yeah, that
That's
was really
a great
dope. That
climax
was
right
really that was really like cinematic, and just like him talking about how like they went through so many production woes and shit like that,
Mhm.
just behind the scenes, and just be able to come out with that, and it's just crazy how it holds up 50 years from now.
Right.
Um, yeah, it's just crazy, and I can only imagine. Speaking of these anniversary things, I could see, like I said, I could see them diving a lot more into these
Mhm.
older films, because there's definitely an audience out there that wants to just go see older movies in the theaters as well, and that might actually help boost, like, entice people to go um subscribe to like an A-list or a Regal and stuff, because I know Regal's doing that whole thing next month where they're got all these different classic movies coming out every day.
Facts.
So yeah, it'd be really interesting. But if you haven't seen Jaws, you should definitely go see it. I heard the 3D was pretty cool, but I'm
Mhm.
not that too fond of like 3D, just because I'm a person that wear glasses. So unless if it's like those IMAX 3D glasses, because they go over my shit
Right.
pretty well. Other than that, but like I said, a Toxic Avengers. Speaking of like um classic franchises and stuff like that, that's, what I'm saying, a lot of people that's got a cult following. Shutter has all four of them right now, of the original bunch
That's
and whatnot.
true.
I
I've
was going
only
to,
seen the first one.
huh?
I've only seen the first movie. I haven't seen the other ones.
Yeah, I vaguely like remember like bits and pieces, but I know that era, like that trauma stuff
Mhm.
and whatnot. Like, I know how influential that that style is, and I wanted to go check out the new one, but I didn't know if I was gonna have time
Right.
before the pod and stuff like that. But like my whole schedule's been kind of weird, but I was able to still get to the movies enough this weekend. So
Yeah.
we'll see
Haven't.
about, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but before we get into the Blumhouse stuff, I had some other news that dropped. You know what I'm saying? A few things, a couple random things. There's this new Netflix series. It's like a limited series called Wayward. Wayward, or some shit like that. It's like kind of like where these like delinquent kids get sent to this camp. For my people that have watched The Institute, it's kind of like that, but it seems like a better version of that, and they're doing like these experiments, I guess, on these kids, or just there's something weird going at this camp. Obviously, it looks dope, and I'm looking forward to that. Also, um, there was rumors of, or not rumors, but the director of The Descent was talking about making a prequel. So that'd be interesting. I was like, damn, The Descent is like 20 years old. I was just like, man, '06 does not feel like 20 years ago. It's so
Right.
weird to me. But and then also Mortal Kombat 2 got delayed to May
Again.
2026, which a lot of things are getting pushed up or getting moved to 2026, which is really interesting to me. And it's just that May month is just getting really like really packed. Like, some people are just moving around a lot. It's gonna be interesting to see why they delayed it, or probably just needed more time for special effects, or to add certain things, or who knows. But I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And I feel like Mortal Kombat is something that should come out around the summertime, anyways.
Right.
So
Yeah. Yeah. What about the news about Doomsday, where supposedly there was a fight between I guess RDJ and Ryan Reynolds?
mhm.
That's word on the street. I don't know how true it is. Take it with a grain of salt. But they're saying it was two major stars that clashed on set. Like they got into a fight. And
They're probably just using that for promo, knowing them. But
I was
I'm
about to
probably gonna
say,
say
yeah,
I'll say that for the perp show.
yeah. I was about to say that sounds like what they did with Universal Soldier when that came out in '92. They had like this before the internet. They was like, yeah, Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren didn't get along, and they were fighting on set. And then they did the whole red carpet thing where they had them actually like do a publicity stunt where they were pushing each other and shit.
Hmm.
And me as a 12-year-old, I'm like, oh my god, Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren don't like each other. Now I gotta see this movie. What I'm saying? I was first line to see
Yeah.
Universal Soldier. So It could be on that
That's
shit.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of interesting horror movies still come out this year, and I wanted to kind of dedicate an episode specifically to Blumhouse because I think they deserve it in many ways. Not in a lot, not in a lot of good ways, but a lot of you know, you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
But they're very hit or miss, and I'm curious because I just kind of made a short list of the next few movies that they have slated, like their big major releases. They only have two movies left for this year. They got the Black Phone 2 and Five Nights at Freddy's, which I'm only gonna probably end up watching one. Who knows when it gets closer to the release date? I might just go watch Five Nights at Freddy if there's nothing else at the time, or just if I need to fill my A list, whatever,
Mhm.
I'll do so. But out of the stuff that's coming out thus far, all I'm excited for is Black Phone 2. I was thinking The Strangers was Blumhouse, but I don't know I don't know what studio does that.
I think they
I,
are
I,
Blumhouse, aren't they? I could have sworn they were. Am I
somebody
tripping?
could somebody could fact check that or something like that. But if
Yeah,
they
yeah.
are, but that's still a movie, I'm just on the fence about if that ends up being a Blumhouse production or something like that. But they only got two movies that I see slated. So Black Phone 2, I think I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle with. I think it could be really good. Them
Mhm.
saying they want to tap into like that Nightmare on Elm Street kind of thing.
That's what
I
it
can
looks
kind
like.
of see the vision of what Blumhouse is doing. It's like they're kind of trying to make their own derivative like versions of classic horror icons. Like you got your Megan, now you got your Freddy with the Grabber. They
Mhm.
got Jason, not Jason, but they got Michael. You know what I'm saying? So they got all these, which is really interesting. So now next year, this could be interesting. They got Soulmate, which is a spinoff of Megan. Which, if it's anything like Megan in tone, I'm checked out completely. I don't know how to feel about that, or if it's like I think this is going to be more mature, anyways. It's going to be rated R. Um, I have no idea how I feel about that one. The Mummy,
Real quick, yeah, I just looked
yeah.
it up. It's Lionsgate. So Strangers 2 is gonna be Lionsgate,
Okay,
and
okay,
directed by Rennie Harlan. Oh, I didn't know he was still around.
interesting.
Yeah.
And then we got a new Mummy. I don't know if this is like them trying to attempt again at the Universal Mummy. Possibly, I think they are. I don't know if Brendan Fraser is attached to this, or if that has something to do with that, or what's going on specifically for that. But I just saw that movie slated, and then there's another one called Other Mommy, which is hilarious. The Mummy, Other Mommy. It's
Other
funny.
mom.
Um, That's going to be directed by Robert Savage. He directed Host. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he directed movies like Host,
Mhm.
um, Dash Cam. So it'll be interesting. And he did the Boogeyman. I think in 2023 was it?
Okay.
Yeah. So and then the Insidious movie was supposed to get this year, Insidious 6 or The Thread, whatever the fuck. That got pushed till 2026. So that's the one horror franchise, well, modern horror franchise I have not like. Every time I go to watch the first one, I get like all the way into it, but then I just check out for some odd reason. But I know a lot of people really like the Insidious franchise.
The first one was actually dope. Two was okay. That last one put me to sleep. The one that came out, was it last year, the year before last?
Mhm.
Knocked me
The Red
out.
Door.
The Red Door. I got some of the best sleep that I got since my colonoscopy, man. That's the best sleep
That's
I got.
hilarious. That's funny as hell.
I was out, bro. Yeah. I have
Yeah,
no I
so
have no desire to watch another Insidious movie.
yeah, I don't know what Blumhouse's whole. I saw. I don't know if you saw this ad where they had the Fanta ad and they had like Chucky there. I was like, did they kind of confirm that they? Well, I had to look this up. They had to just like it was a partnership. They don't own Chucky or stuff. I was like, yeah, they better stay away from Chucky. But I could see them trying to get those rights or something like that. Try to work out a deal or something, something along those lines. Which would be interesting, but at the same time, I wouldn't want them to get their hands on another, you know, even though I do want to see Chucky on a big screen again, but I don't want to see Chucky with fucking Megan. You know, I don't want to see that crossover.
I don't know. You think Chucky probably needs to take a back seat for a while because like we've had the show, and then they had the remake, and I don't know. I think Chucky just needs to kind of be put on ice for a minute.
Uh, I would say so, but it's just like, man, it's just like just the way the TV show got canceled so abruptly like that. Like people are kind of clamoring. There's still a good chunk of people that are clamoring for more Child's Play kind of content and stuff like that. I want them to make a sequel to the 2019 one, but you know it is what it is. That I could see crossover with Megan. That makes more sense. But
that should be, you know what? If that movie would have been called anything but Child's Play, I might have been on board with it because I did like the whole concept of the AI killer doll and all that. But calling it Chucky, I'm like, it's not Chucky. Call it something else. You know, yeah, that's all. Just don't call it Chucky. Don't call it Child's Play.
Yeah,
that's like taking Frank Lucas's Blue Magic. You know, put you on a show in it and call it Blue Magic. Nah, that's my product. I stand by it. All right, that's copyright.
Maybe Blumhouse will kind of look at these other studios that are kind of, or like they look at movies like Sinners and Weapons, and be like, this is the type of horror that people want, and they'll start to course correct and start to really get back on track. Because Blumhouse, like we said time and time before, like they used to be putting out bangers, but now it's just kind of became a machine, just kind of pumping out bullshit.
Yeah, because wasn't the not Final Destination, what is it? The Purge movies that put Blumhouse on the map, right? Or am I tripping?
Yeah, it was that, and it was also they had Get Out, you know, they had Sinister.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They had a lot, like I think Paranormal Activity, like so like it was at that time, the early 2010s, like definitely where they started to really make a name for themselves for sure.
Right.
And then it wasn't until Black Christmas, I think that's when you really start to see the decline.
Mm-hmm.
So
a new story and not a reboot of the original film. Yeah, I agree. If Chucky comes back, just a whole new story, not a reboot, just a whole new Chucky story. I agree with that.
Yeah, it has gotten kind of like, well, I don't mind like how over the top Chucky has become, because I feel like it's just like, how can you make him scary again? It's just, even though I'm gonna say this impossible, it's just like I'm okay with like the jokey over the topness. I think that's just where
honestly,
Brad is like comfortable.
Chucky was never scary though. You know, even as a kid, when I saw the first Child's Play, you know, it was like a horror comedy, you know. But I do like the tone of Bride of Chucky. You know, it's like if they stay with that tone of Chucky, I'm okay with that. Because don't try to make him scary, because there's nothing scary about a killer doll. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because the wisecracking like attitude about him is what makes him Chucky. It's just like he's very witty, he's very like, you know, he'll roast you or just he'll crack jokes or you know, very Joker-esque and stuff like that. So
I don't know. What do you think? What'd you say that what the movie was that really took Blumhouse down? Like where you say, okay,
Black Christmas, that Black Christmas remake, whatever.
Yeah.
It was like it came out in like 2018. I didn't watch it, but I know like from there, probably before that, but I just know for a certain like 2019. And then like you had Halloween Kills, and so just a lot of people weren't fucking with these movies like that.
Oh, that Purge, that Western Purge movie that they came out with.
Yeah, something like that. That say
Yeah,
like they're very hit or miss, but like out of all the studios, they definitely have the most cash to put behind some type of movies and stuff like that. And it don't matter what it is, they'll always be successful at the same time. Like they'll make something for like 5 million, and they'll
right,
go ahead and make like 30 million, 40 million in the box office. Quick money. And they'll get a sequel.
right. Let's see, I feel like Mike Flanagan could, but Don will never let another director touch it. Oh, it's about Chucky. No,
Yeah,
I don't see Mike Flanagan doing it. Nah, Mike, he's too above Chucky, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Mike Flanagan, he's best when he's just doing his own thing. I'm
Mm-hmm.
curious to see what he's going to do with Carrie and stuff like that. I don't think he should dive so much into like IPs, just make original shit. But
Right.
I want to see what he does with this. Huh?
I didn't know he was doing Carrie.
I think he's producing it. I don't know if he's like writing. I gotta double check that. But I know he's also doing The Exorcist next year. I think that's still slated to come out next year.
Why are we still
So
getting Exorcist
I
movies?
think that, or I don't know if that's gonna come out this or because he's doing Clayface too. So like Mike Flanagan is really busy.
I
He's
mean,
really
what
busy right now.
do we really need X? Like, how many times can you tell a story about a girl being possessed by the devil?
I don't know, but Mike Flanagan, he can kind of like I think he can make something refreshing. That's much better than Believer for sure. I think he could make something a lot, at least like very much a lot scarier. You know what I'm saying?
I guess, because like
We'll
the
have to wait and
Exorcist,
see though.
yeah, because the Exorcist is one of those movies where lightning in a bottle, girl being possessed by a demon. Okay, we never seen nothing like that. But then you have all these Exorcist exploitation movies that followed after that, and it's still being made to this day. And I have no desire to watch any more possession movies, unless it's something like When Evil Lurks. Like if you can make it like that, okay, I'm cool with it. But
Hmm.
these possession movies, that they're all the same. They're all cookie cutter.
This
You've
is
seen
not
them. You've
like
seen them
this is
all.
not a horror movie, but you would like Ghost Killer. That's a really dope, like kind of possession movie slash martial arts type of movie. That should
Oh
be
yeah, I
dope.
forgot you told me about that. Yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah.
check that out. Yeah, but I don't want no more like that. No, don't do no more Exorcist movies. I don't care if Michael Flanagan, Spielberg, or even Jesus Christ is behind it. Leave Exorcist alone.
Bring us. I would be down for Pumpkinhead. I think it's time for Pumpkin. I've been saying that.
Pumpkinhead for sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
because like I don't think he really like it has its cult following, but I don't think that's one of those movies that really took off like that. So.
yeah, Pumpkinhead is definitely a cult movie. I saw that on HBO actually. I ran across that by accident on HBO one Saturday night, and I was like,
Hmm.
holy shit, this movie is crazy, man. It actually spooked the hell out of me.
I forget how many sequels they have. 'Cause I know they used to do marathons and stuff like that. This shit, Pumpkinhead, this and Pumpkinhead, that.
I remember
He had a big ass head.
there was at least three or four of them. It was at least three or four. But what creeped me out about that movie was how the creature and your boy Lance Henriksen they were like connect kind of like ET and Elliot, like they were connected.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Hmm.
And there were times when you see Pumpkinhead, he'd be like his face would like turn into Lance Henriksen's face, and vice versa. At the time, it was some creepy shit.
Yeah. So speaking more about Blumhouse, like, what would you like? What's a movie you would like to see them do? Not necessarily like what's a franchise you think or a reboot or whatever kind of movie you think they can um
You
you
know
could
what?
see them making like like for example could they bring back Lawnmower Man that
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Lawnmower Man or some shit like that, just old like
Yeah.
Reanimator. I could see Blumhouse doing like Reanimator or something.
Yes, for sure. All right, yeah, we're on the same page, Perp. Reanimator, for sure. Lawnmower Man, I think, gets a lot of hate and disrespect, but I really love the concept of that movie, man. But at the time, the effects they weren't ready. The effects weren't ready at the time. So you watch now, it looks silly as shit, but just the whole idea of that, I think, would definitely work now with Blumhouse. I don't know if you ever heard of a movie called Rawhead Rex that dropped
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
I would like to see them redo Rawhead Rex with the technology we have now. How
That'd be
dope that
interesting.
would be. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
Can't.
when he was pissing on the fucking preacher, that shit. Dog.
Yeah, I remember that joint. Yeah.
Yeah.
Camp Sleepaway. I don't know if that would work. Like, you would have to completely do something different. That you couldn't just do the same thing.
Your boy Finn Wolfhard kind of tried with that, right? With that Hell of a Summer movie that he did.
Yeah, but that was more so like Friday the 13th, like,
yeah,
kind of a little bit. You know, I can see what you mean by that, but you know, Camp Sleepaway. I'm not gonna write it off. I think that could definitely be a possibility,
right?
Depending on how this new Friday the 13th kind of franchise goes, this Jason universe. If that really pops off, I could see a studio wanting to kind of capitalize and do Camp Sleepaway. Sure.
Yo, what about People Under the Stairs, Blumhouse?
Yeah, a lot of people say like, they would like see like Jordan Peele tackle something like that.
People Under the Stairs? I can't see Jordan Peele making something like that. Because that movie's very bizarre.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't see him. I don't see him messing with that one.
Maybe Spike Lee.
No, not even Spike Lee. Maybe what's the name? Spike Lee's cinematographer, but Ernest Dickerson. I can see him probably tackling that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Another movie I could see Blumhouse probably doing, bring it back. What was it? Honestly, it might be sacrilegious or just probably be a bad idea, but like Night of the Living Dead, I don't know.
Nah,
that'd be pretty crazy.
I don't know, but for some reason, I don't know. So I can't tell you exactly why, but I just see them fucking that up for some reason. Yeah, I see them fucking up Night of the Living Dead. That probably could go to like maybe not even
Lionsgate.
Yeah, that's more of a Lionsgate production.
Not Sony. Sony's like the second worst next to next to Blumhouse.
I was about to say, man, yeah, because A24 make it too weird. Neon will probably make it too. They would drag it out too much.
It'd probably be Warner Brothers.
Right. I mean, shit. I wouldn't be mad if Shudder tackled that shit. Let Shudder
or make like a series. Make it like a series, like kind of recapture that Walking Dead kind of audience or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. 13 Ghosts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Could you see Blumhouse like trying to bring back a 13 Ghosts?
13 Ghosts. Yeah, I can see that. What about Phantasm?
Yeah, I can see that'd be dope.
Only obstacle with that is, the tall man, because Angus Scrimm is so iconic in that role. Can somebody else, fill that? You know what I mean?
You get Mike from Breaking Bad.
That's the tall man?
Yeah.
I'm motherfucker like 5'4".
But no, there's a dude on from the place Victor. He's pretty tall. Like he could be a cool tall man. I'll send you a picture of him and stuff like that. But I think he could fit the role.
But you know what? I understand why you said Mike, because I just saw his face, how he would like scrunch his face up in Breaking Bad. I'm like, yeah, he does have that tall man face.
Yeah, he's just miserable.
Right.
Okay, I'm trying to go like with the weird shit. Like, I want to see them do like I can see them do an Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I still feel like we should bring those types of movies back where it's like attack like these wacky evil these mutated vegetables or things, inanimate objects that come to life and shit like
I
type of
mean,
shit.
if Toxic Avenger does pretty good at the box office, you might see.
Oh, Blumhouse could definitely do like a 50-foot woman, tall woman. Bring
Mm-hmm.
back them movies and shit like that. Have Sydney Sweeney or Margaret Qualley or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
What about
what's her face?
you ever see a movie called Dead Alive?
Dead Alive. Yeah.
Yeah, like that shit was off the wall. That was freaking bananas. You talking about
Yeah.
some nasty obscure shit. Yeah.
I know. I know they're making the remake or trying to remake The Faculty. I wouldn't want Blumhouse to touch that.
I can see that as a Blumhouse like that. That's got Blumhouse written all over it. Because I
Like
think,
a Gen Z
yeah.
applied.
Because I think
Just
Dimension did that, right? The original Faculty.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think.
Dimensions used to be the shit back in the day. You know,
Mhm.
I don't know what happened with it. Like who what it dissolved into, but
Yeah, the Faculty. Very underrated film too, man. The Faculty, I don't think gets the respect that it deserves. Even though,
it,
yes, it is a ripoff of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, The Breakfast Club, and The Thing, all in one. But I still enjoyed it.
if they wanted to tap into some old '80s slashers, it can go the Prowler,
Mm,
um, the Burning,
pieces.
Pieces. Yeah, Pieces is so crazy. It's just like a
Yeah.
wacky ass movie. Um, what else? What was that? Bring back Mars Attack or some shit like that.
Mm.
That'd be cool.
Oh, I
They,
see
they
that.
should dip their toes into like animation. I'm surprised like they haven't done more of that. Like I want to see more studios take advantage of that, like more like animated, rated R
Yeah.
horror. Like what were you gonna say?
Oh no, I was gonna say. I was thinking. Is it Netflix or who's doing the Ed Gain movie? I know that's supposed to be coming out in a month or two.
Oh, it's a series. The series. That's
I think.
Netflix.
It's gonna be a series. Okay, I thought it was gonna be a
Yeah, it's
movie.
Ryan Murphy shit.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I don't fuck with Ryan Murphy.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. I remember they did the Ed Gain movie back in like the late '90s, I think it was, and
Hmm.
nobody saw it. And but the way they sold it, they was like, yeah, the inspiration for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Psycho. Here's the original guy, Ed Gain, and nobody rented that shit. I worked at Blockbuster at the time, perp, and nobody touched that fucking movie.
I bet that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Trying to think of like some other draws. Like, hmm. But
Serpent Rainbow.
I do like the fact that they are, like at least making their original, like their own original characters. Even though
Oh,
some of their movies are lackluster. Go ahead.
one, The Howling.
Yeah, The Howling would be dope for
Yeah,
sure. Or
yeah.
Ginger Snaps. Thinking about
Mm-hmm.
werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah. Even though Wolfman was really fucking not good, you could take another swing at some werewolves or something like that. Do something different.
It was, it had potential. It was ambitious. I see my man was going for something different with the wolf genre. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
unfortunately, it didn't connect with people, man. If you do the wolf man, like you have to do a certain thing with the wolf man, and the shit just didn't work. But it had potential. It was promising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping like, people don't have completely gave up on trying to do werewolf stories because like I like that we're getting them, even though some of them aren't that great, but it's just like all these vampire stories, like we could start getting really good werewolf ones that like, that are all on par with something like a Sinners or, it ain't gotta be on par with a Sinners, but you know what I mean. But
I like last year's werewolves. I thought that was an entertaining, blockbuster night kind of
yeah, that
movie.
was ridiculous.
Yeah, I dug it.
I think Robert Eggers is doing a werewolf movie.
Hmm.
So that should be interesting.
Okay, okay.
Um, But yeah, it's just like I think that's Blumhouse's wheelhouse. They're just gonna do whatever. They know their brand. Um, I just hope that like in the near future that they kind of see that people want to actually have not only good stories and stuff like that with their horror movies. They just don't want like another Megan 3 where it just completely
Hmm.
switches up the genre and stuff like that. Which I get it, like it's a bold swing, but it
Right.
just missed. It's a bold swing that missed. But
Do you think that Blumhouse is done with us, or are they done with the Halloween franchise? Like that's it. Halloween ends was the end of it.
oh, I know somebody else is doing it. I think it's A24 or something like that. They're going to be
Oh,
doing
you think
the TV
A24 got
series
the rights? Oh,
or
okay.
something like that, or they're doing whoever's doing the TV series and stuff like that. If that's still going to be a thing, I doubt it. I don't know. They probably changed plans by now. I didn't hear nothing about it for like a couple of years. So, um, like I said, another one I just popped in my head, which I think they're trying to make another movie is the Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I'll be down for that. I love that movie. I love Killer Clowns. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a franchise you can get really wacky with, and like
Mhm.
if they got their hands on that, I could see them doing like a fun crossover between that and Five Nights at Freddy's. I think those two worlds could kind of mesh
Right.
well.
Yeah, Killer Clowns at the time when it came out, man, like those practical effects, like watch it today, that movie still works on a practical level. Some of the some of the effects,
Mm,
I think so.
yeah, but we'll see what the future of Blumhouse is going to look like. We'll see with this Black Phone 2. I think more people are excited about it
Hmm.
than the first one. The first one was solid, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the first one was pretty
Right.
interesting and it's like this, like I said, like it seems like similar to Megan 2, they're taking a huge bold swing
Hmm.
with this sequel, which I appreciate it, and I just hope it's executed better than Megan. It doesn't go too crazy.
Almost walked out of Megan too. Almost walked out, and I don't know. I kept having the feeling that AI wrote it. It felt like it was AI speaking about AI discrimination.
Megan wrote it.
Something like that. That shit was atrocious, man. Oh my goodness.
For real,
Wow.
for
So
real.
I mean, but the two houses that built Blumhouse was Halloween and The Purge. So is it
Also,
possible that they could go back to that?
um, I've just also seen on X or Twitter that we're supposed to be getting a Scream 7 trailer in September.
Mm,
Now, I don't know what movie it's going to be in front of. I doubt it would be in front of uh Last Rites, which I'm hearing good things about.
yeah.
Um I don't know what else. I think there's a few other horror movies dropping this month, but to get a trailer, I'd be down for that to get a little like the first teaser because I
Hmm.
think it's supposed to come out in like February of next year or something like that. So I'm all down for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Is him considered a horror movie?
Is
No,
what?
him. Is that gonna be considered a horror movie?
Yeah, that's horror. Yeah. I've heard, yeah. I could see it. I could see it premiere. Putting it in front of him. That comes out on the
Okay.
19th.
Yeah. Okay. Actually I got invited to an early screening for that. I think a few days before it comes out.
What, him or Conjuring?
Him. Yeah. Him. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, true,
Universal still
true.
hooks me up. Yeah. Universal. They still got me on their list as a critic, and I ain't gonna say shit until they kick me off.
Yeah. Right, right.
But Perp, I'm gonna ride that
I'm with
motherfucker
it.
till the wheels fall off, bro.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Even though the more I see it, it's just like I don't know. This might go a little too. This might be a little too Diddy. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh Jesus. I
you might
hope
have
not.
like a scene. You might have a scene in there where you know what I'm saying.
I hope not. Listen, Purdy got me nervous now. Look, I hope they don't do no shit like they did with Magazine Dreams, where Jonathan Majors and your boy. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Nah,
want to
nah,
see
nah.
that shit.
It'd be more like what's that Will Smith joint? 6 feet something, 6 feet of separation or some shit
Oh,
like.
6 degrees of separation. Oh Lord,
Yeah, that's what you.
ah, man. Marlon, I really want Marlon to deliver, man. I don't think Marlon Wayne's, got his due as a leading man. You know what I'm saying? I hope you don't go out like a sucker. Please don't go out like that, Marlon. God, dog.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see though.
Because the brother
Uh,
can act. Marlon has the
yeah,
chops to be. He's a good. He's the best. I say as the Waynes go, Damon's the funniest, but Marlon's the best actor.
yeah,
You know, what I'm saying?
yeah, for sure. I'm looking more forward. I think everybody's looking more forward toward Scary Movie 6 and what that's going to be hitting for. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I never found the scary movies funny. To be honest with you, man, I saw the original when it came out, and I
The
thought
first two are hilarious.
they were. I don't know, like
You
Sean
gotta
and
revisit
Marlon.
them.
Yo, Sean and Marlon. Sometimes they try to be too funny. You know what I mean? They try to be too funny, and it just those two it ain't work for me.
I think that should be a retro review. Before
Scary
the
movies, yeah,
at least the first two have like do a retro joint.
right.
When's the
The,
last time you
the
watched it?
scary movie, shit, when it first came out, I only watched it that one time.
Oh yeah,
So
you gotta go back to it. I think you'll fuck with it more.
yeah, I saw Scary Movie 1 when it first released, and I watched Scary Movie 2 when it first released, and that's the only time I watched those.
Hmm.
Yeah, so you're talking about 2000, 2001.
Wow, that's yeah. I remember that shit too. I remember the promotion for that. The what's up? Like that shit
Yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah.
What I'm saying? That was the time where I was. I think I was in elementary at the time, and everybody had the scream mask with the blood pumping thing, whatever.
Right, right.
Everybody had this shit. What a time to be alive at that moment, though. That was
I know, right? The early
insane.
2000s. Yeah.
So what's the how you feeling about this last Conjuring movie? Did you get your tickets for that yet, or?
Hell no, man. I don't, I don't fuck with the possession movies like that, bro. I'm not a big, say I did watch. Well, I have watched the first two movies. Okay, here's a little funny story, man. So my child's mother came over with the kids, and we was ordering pizza, watching movies and shit. And my daughter and her mom wanted to watch The Conjuring. So the whole time they're watching, I'm playing with my son. Right? He's a baby. He's in the bobblehead mode. So I'm playing with him. So as I'm playing with him in Google Gaga, I'm hearing all this demonic shit in the background. And I'm like, why the fuck y'all watching this movie, man? And then they leave, and all I kept hearing is these damn sounds in my house. I said, y'all done sat here and watch this devilish shit. Now I got these spirits in my house. Y'all left me here dolo. Y'all ain't shit.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I don't fuck with the possession joints, man. I'm good.
It's the last one, though. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be a special. So I like how
Yeah.
they've been promoting it using like the actual footage from certain shit, and that shit's cool.
Yeah, because ain't your boy, ain't that's the same guy from the Insidious movie, not Insidious, but
Yeah,
yeah, the Insidious movies, yeah.
yeah. Patrick, some.
Right. Aquaman's
Yeah,
brother.
I know, boy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. For the most part, like I think we got a a pretty solid lineup. Like there's another movie coming out next month called Traumatica. I'm looking forward to that.
Yep.
Hopefully, it's played at a theater by me, and it's not one of those like limited releases.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for October 3rd though. That shit's packed. Like you got VHS Halloween coming out that day.
Right.
You have Daniel Day Lewis and his comeback with him doing his son's movie. You got The Rock's movie dropping that day. You got Shelby Oaks coming out that day.
Yep, looking
They're
forward.
releasing Casper for its 30th anniversary. So there's a lot of stuff to look forward to just in that day. Oh, Bone Lake too also comes out that day. So
Okay. Yeah, Shelby Oaks is almost like a full circle moment, man. Because Stuckman, he's the OG as far as this cinephile space. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a special thing how all of us now are gonna go support the film of the guy that started this YouTube shit.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
There's definitely gonna be people that are gonna troll him or just like say, "Oh, this movie is shit." You know what I'm saying? No wonder like his reviews suck and just that's just how people are on the internet. But
right.
just the fact that he's got Mike Flanagan involved and stuff like that. Like he's got a lot of support not only from other YouTube channels and people that have been following him for years, but like the horror community and stuff. So I'm really
Right.
hoping that the movie does well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll be honest. I'm gonna be a little biased. I mean, even if it's bad, I'm not gonna like trash it all the way just because it is Chris Stuckman. He's one of us. You know what I'm saying? So I would, I can't see myself shitting on it, even if it isn't all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And then, like I said, Black Phone doesn't come out until October,
That's what I'm looking
and
forward to.
that's gonna be the yeah. Strangers also comes out next month too. Um, I think it could. It's if as long as it's more entertaining than the first, like that's all I ask for. That's all I'm kind of looking for. Just entertain me more. Don't do what you did with the first one.
Isn't
That's all.
there a isn't there a Netflix Frankenstein movie dropping with your boy?
That's November. Yeah, it's coming out in November. I think it's gonna have like a limited release in theaters.
Okay.
And I think Netflix is gonna get a wake up call because of like the K-pop demon slayers, demon hunters.
Yeah.
That made like 20 million. It was ended up being number one in the box office. That should be like an eye opener to Netflix. Be like, yo, you can actually put your movie in theaters. It'll do well. Look at what Shutter does. They put it out for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? At least they put it out there. At least just Netflix could just put things out for like 30 days. You ain't gotta be that. You don't gotta be like these big major studios. Like you could put it out for
Fact.
3 weeks, to a month.
I just thought about this shit, man. The funny thing about Frankenstein is that, out of all the classic monsters, like Dracula spawned like endless vampire movies. The Wolfman spawned so many werewolf movies and, Creature from the Black Lagoon and The Invisible Man. How is it that Frankenstein, besides the original 1931 classic, has not put out a good Frankenstein movie since then? I mean, I guess you can include Bride of Frankenstein, but other than that, bro, can you think of any other good Frankenstein movies that have
Young
dropped?
Frankenstein.
Who?
Young Frankenstein.
Does that count? That's a comedy. Does
Come
that count?
Frankenstein movie. That's still a
Yeah,
Frankenstein movie. I'm counting it.
yeah, technically, okay, technically, yeah.
Pretty Things. What is it? Is it Pretty Things? Is it Pretty Things? The shit with with Emma, what's her face, and what's that nigga?
I never even heard of
It
that
had
movie.
Willem Dafoe in it. It had Pretty Things. I think it was Pretty Things.
Pretty thing. Only Frankenstein movies I think I
Poor
remember.
Things. Poor Things. Poor
Poor
Things.
Things. Okay.
That's what I think.
Oh, the one that came out last year.
Yeah, that was
Oh
kind
yeah.
of like a Frankenstein-esque type of.
Okay. Yeah. Even though she was like, okay, like a female Frankenstein.
But I get what you mean though. There's not like a lot of like the body horror. Well, what was that one that jumped the romance? Frankenstein's daughter, not Frankenstein's daughter.
Was it I Frankenstein or something like that?
Not that. It came out last year. It was like a romance shit. Oh, what the hell was that shit called?
It was a yeah, because wasn't it the girl was in love with the Frankenstein or whatever, and then she became one at the end?
Something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that shit was whack.
But I know what you're talking. No, you're talking about Monster. I think you're talking about Monster High, or with
Okay.
Melissa Barrera. That was cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that was different. That wasn't like a Frankenstein one, but they had like a red haired chick. I forget what the hell it is. Tony probably knows what it is. I'll probably say it in the chat or.
Yeah,
But yeah,
there was one. Okay, did you ever see? There was one in the '80s called "The Bride" with your boy Sting, where Sting played Dr. Frankenstein, and it had your girl from Flashdance. She was in there.
I think I might have seen like clips or just say that sounds familiar. I know that there is going to be another one, another Frankenstein that because you mentioned the Bride. I was like, I think it's being called the Bride with
Mm-hmm.
oh what's the nigga name? Fuck, why am I blanking on motherfuckers' names right now? Um,
That's trees. That's
Batman, Nolan,
okay.
Batman, Christian Bale.
Okay.
Like it's supposed to have Christian Bale in there. Or no, either it was Christian Bale or Jake Gyllenhaal. I forget either one, but like I remember just seeing just it was supposed to be him and somebody else. And I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if it's gonna be like a straight up horror movie or nothing like that. I don't know what's going on with that, but
Right.
you know what I'm saying.
Lisa Frankenstein. That's what it was called. Lisa Frankenstein.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you,
Yeah, I
thank
just
you,
looked
Lisa
it up.
Frankenstein. That was
Mm-hmm.
all right. That was an alright one. It seemed. I was surprised at how much, like how quick of like a little cult following it has. Like definitely is for like a certain demographic and stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely an acquired taste because I watched that shit and it went off. I said, man, what the fuck was that?
Like it tried to go with that, like that nigga that made the Ferris Bueller movies.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the you got that John Hughes kind of vibe
Right,
for it, going
right,
for it and
right.
stuff like that, which I liked about it. But it was kind of just the story was pretty average and nothing too crazy.
Yeah, it was out there. It was out there. But yeah, but when you think of Frankenstein's monster, you always think about that 1931 movie, but there's nothing that's been done that even came close to even matching that or surpassing it.
Mm.
You know.
And like I said, like we're starting to see like a lot of just Universal monsters come back. You got the Mummy, Frankenstein. We got a couple Frankenstein movies, like iterations in the works. Vampire movies are still being made, except for
Right.
Blade. Um,
Ain't that some shit? Yeah.
the
Ain't that
Invisible Man. I mean, we don't need like 1,000 Invisible Mans. I think like there's only so much you could do with that
uh
shit. Like I felt like the best version of that was the Kevin Bacon. That was my
Hollow
favorite.
Man? Yeah.
Yeah,
They
oh
should
man,
have
was my shit.
they should have called that shit perverted man. Because as soon as he became a hollow, he was doing all kind of nasty
Yeah,
perverted
you doing some freaky shit. You doing Diddy shit.
shit.
Yeah.
that,
I need to
that,
find it
that,
on streaming because I actually do want to. Because like normally I don't go back and watch a lot of older films like that, especially if they're on like Tubi or something like that. Because it's just like once the first ad hits, like it completely takes me out. I want to
right.
go do something else.
Facts. Yeah. That's how I watched. I saw Amazon has all the Rocky joints, and usually on my birthday, I always watch Rocky 3, and they had it
Mhm.
on Amazon. But like you said, I can't watch with the ads, so I had to dig up. I had to dig up the old DVD, man, and dust that shit up and put that on, man. Because yeah, like Rocky 3, I can't watch that with ads.
You
Can't
still
do it.
have a collection, like a Blu-ray and DVD collection of
Yeah,
stuff like.
I got my DVD books. Yep, I still got all my
You
DVD
see,
books.
you see that Best Buy is coming back and they're selling DVDs and Blu-rays again.
Nice.
Also, for Halloween fans, if you're a collector out there, they got this new Halloween like steelbook set that comes in a jack-o'-lantern and just all the different special features you get. I think each movie has like 4 discs or 4 or 5 discs worth of like special features, which is fucking crazy. I was like, yo, this is
Mhm.
crazy.
I wonder
But
why
it's
they
like
left
300
out
some bucks.
because they have 1 through 5, but I wonder why they left out Curse of Michael
6.
Myers. Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, that's weird. I was like, all right, I guess it's just whatever. But I
right.
would want to watch because they got on Halloween 3, they got all the original broadcast version
Mm-hmm.
on the commercials and all the different promos and stuff like that. I was like, yo, I would want to get that just to watch all of that and
right.
Damn. For
I
300
remember.
something bucks, I don't know.
I remember watching Halloween 3 as a kid on regular TV, and just even though I'm like, okay, where's Michael Myers at? Because I knew that at the time I knew nothing about the franchise. I'm like, okay, I saw 1, I saw 2, so when 3 came around, for some reason I thought he was gonna make a cameo appearance at the end of the movie. Because I'm like, okay, they're leading up to a big finale, and Michael Myers is gonna come out, and he didn't. At the time,
I
I
really
thought
like 3 though.
you like
That's
3?
the yeah, because it's like that was supposed to be the original vision for like just doing an anthology, like different
Right,
stories
right.
and stuff like that. And I feel like it still kind of fits with it having its own kind of thing, and just at the end, just killing them kids and like the little bastard kids, and that was dope.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I appreciate it more now, but as a kid, I was like, this shit was trash.
I think that's how they can reinvent or just do Halloween different, is like
Mm.
go back to that original idea, like the anthology, but you could also have Mike Myers, like Mike pop up in here and there with different stories, or just be in the background or something like that. I think that'd be really interesting.
Yeah, he could be like the Winter Soldier, just pops in, does his thing and then disappears for a minute.
But would you agree that Halloween movies aren't Halloween movies without Loomis?
Facts. I agree.
I
I
feel like
agree.
that's what's been missing. That's what's really missing. Fuck, like respectfully for Jimmy Lee Curtis, you know what I'm saying? Laurie Strode, great,
Mhm.
but you're not Loomis. Like Loomis really like carried those movies. Like,
Well, you know why? Because Loomis did such a great job of selling us on the demon that's Michael Myers. He just had a way of describing him where it scared you. The way he talked, kind of like how Trapman talked about Rambo. That's how
mhm.
this nigga used to talk about Michael Myers.
That
And
was the real rivalry. Like they would have real beef. Like,
right, right. Yeah, so yeah, Dr. Loomis is definitely necessary. He was missing even from the new ones. Even though I did like the 2018 Halloween, but yeah, without Loomis, yeah, the movies do
I,
suffer.
I even said this like when I saw the Fall of House Usher or whatever
Mm-hmm.
back whenever it dropped. Mark Hamill was in there. I was like, yo, he'd be a perfect Loomis. Like I feel like Mark Hamill could do a great Loomis. Like if they were
Yeah,
ever
I can see that.
yeah,
I
especially
can
for the
see.
TV series, if they do the TV series, and if they're still doing it, or any type of Halloween in the future, if they do Loomis, it should be Mark Hamill.
Right. So what was he in recently, man? Where he did a great job, and it was what was it? Yeah, it was the House of Usher, right? Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot he was in there. Yeah,
he's gonna be
yeah.
in a long walk too. He's gonna be the main villain.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah, I can't wait for that. That's another like I guess you could kind of put that in the horror category, but it's more of the thriller kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
still have Death Games, which I didn't know that about the book. That was like that predates like Hunger Games, Battle Royale, stuff like that, even Squid Game stuff, obviously.
Right.
But that was like the first of its kind, like to really actually do that type of storytelling and stuff, which is interesting. I can't wait for it though. A lot of
Yeah.
exciting things coming down the line. I appreciate people that pulled up tonight. If you're watching this live, um, Rashad, you got any final words?
Nah, man, I think we covered pretty much everything. Blumhouse. Let's do
Yeah,
some stuff, man.
yeah, shake it up, man, shake it up, and
Yeah.
we'll see, because like it don't, and it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't really matter. Like people are always gonna pull up for a Blumhouse just to see what they're gonna put out, but we'll have to wait to see their direction, if they're going to kind of just go in a different direction, or you know keep the same course they've been doing, just kind of putting out subpar horror, knowing that it's still going to make them a huge amount of profit in the box office, and you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying. But we'll have to wait and see. But next week we're going to be talking about the return of slashers. You know what I'm saying. So definitely tune in next Saturday, same time, and I will see y'all in the next one.
Peace.